And yours?
Very nice. My Brussels sprouts were a big hit.
Really?
This is Robin Milling with Google TV. You have speed.
Okay. So, Ray, you take quite a beating in this movie. Can you tell me if anything went wrong?
Luckily, no. Well, with the guys that were beating on me, they were always complaining about something. One guy had a bad back, the other one couldn't lift me up, because, you know, I got to be like dead weight, because, so they were constantly complaining.
But you survived.
I survived.
In all of your roles, what's been the best and most fun death scene that you've had to play?
I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I don't see a lot of my movies, so I don't know if, I don't know, I'm sure there's like the best death scene. I don't know, I have to think about that. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay, yeah, no, we only have a couple of minutes. So you're co-starring with several Sopranos guys, Vincent Curatola and James Gandolfini. Were you ever courted to be on The Sopranos?
I actually was. And it was just a timing issue. The part that they were asking me to do, the guy who ended up doing it was more perfect than and much better than I would have been, so it didn't happen.
What was the role that they wanted you to do?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember what it was? What, in this film, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
I don't know if I liked shooting it or it was a favorite, but it was really challenging was when they're beating on me, when they're beating me up. It's much more challenging than you would think, and it's harder to take a punch than it is to throw it in order to sell it and to make it look like it's really happening. So I learned a lot with that.
Mm-hmm. And what was the atmosphere like on the set in between shooting? Like, how would you describe that?
During that scene?
No, in between shooting
the beating scene, or just in general.
Right.
You know, it's fine. Everybody kind of keeps to themselves and prepares, you know, for whatever they have to do. You know, Andrew's a very serious director, so everybody was just on their game. It was great.
Does Brad Pitt set any sort of special tone? How would you describe?
You know, I only saw him in passing. We didn't have any scenes together, and the one scene that we do have together, they did his one day and mine another day. But as a producer, he and his partner Didi, they set a great tone because we had the right amount of time to do what we had to do. There were really good crew members and the heads of the department, so they obviously know what they're doing.
What's your next project?
I got one coming out called the Iceman, and another one called The Place Beyond the Pines. So.
And what's your roles in those films?
Those are one's a guy in a mafia, another one's a cop, and then I just did a movie where I played a preacher in The Identical, which is a really sweet story.
Is that the first time you've played a preacher?
Yes.
Ah, so what's your research for that, or what do you think?
I would read the Bible a lot. I hadn't done that in a while, so that was interesting to pick up. And watch. Well, I would go to church and talk to preachers after they were done. You know, would watch sermons, and it was interesting. It was really interesting.
Well, what did you learn when you were in church? I mean, was you the type of person that even went to church when you were a kid? Yeah.
I was brought up Catholic. I mean, each one, you know, I went to a Baptist church, and then I go to a Catholic or a Methodist. You know, they each have a different vibe to them.
What do you want audiences to come away with after they see this film?
So hopefully that they felt like, you know, they spent their money wisely, or that they were entertained one way or the other. You know, I mean, that's really what it's about. You want somebody who's, you know, paying good money to be entertained, you know, to be taken into a different experience for a couple hours.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.